Good evening. Welcome along. Another edition of the Sunday Bunch. What a time to be a Sunderland fan. I know we are a little bit late, and we do apologise for that, but we've just been climbing down off cloud nine, coming back down to earth here. We're all a little bit throaty, I think, from showing at the telly and stuff like that. But joining us tonight, we got Emma and we got Lee. Emma, how's your day been?
Yeah, typical Sunday, really. Bit shopping, lazy day, just chill, really.
Good. Lee, over in Spain, is the rain in Spain at the moment?
Aye, there was last night and there was today, Philly, yeah. But it still
Yes,
doesn't stop me
I
from
like
going
the
out and
way.
celebrating 3 points.
It doesn't matter. Worth getting wet for.
Aye.
Um, don't forget, of course, we are live, which means you can join us via the live chat if you want to have your say. Things coming in already. Ryan SAFC 73 Philly title by Easter. Let's get carried away. Let's do it. Right, okay. Also, first up there, Las Palmas, Malcolm, as he always is. Get your thoughts in via the live chat. We'll try and include as many people as we can. I'm trying my best with my voice to make it to the end. Before we start, we do want to give a massive shout out to our channel sponsors this season, wolfcompetitions.co.uk. Check out the site if you haven't already, and if you want to help get in there, there's a link in the description below. Chelsea won, Sunderland 2. I know, just amazing. Now, what I seem to do every single week at the end of each show every week, we do predictions on who got what and what have you, and I always forget to do them. All right, so what I thought I would do this week, I thought we would start with the predictions, and there's only one person predicted a 2-1 win.
And that was you, wasn't it?
Wonder why you start with that.
Let me have a check who was. It was me. All right. So I was in Sheffield yesterday. I was in my hotel room watching it, and when that goal went in, I mean, the people in the room next door must have thought I was nuts because I was like screaming, jumping about like something not right. And then I realised that, of course, I always have a fiver on Sunderland to win 2-1 as well. So not only did we get that fantastic win, but like 95 quid as well. I'm like, woo! So it was a great day all
Pints
round.
on you.
Well, pints on me. Absolutely. Um, when you saw the team lineup, then a couple of changes in there. Were you happy with what you saw, Emma?
To be honest with you, I didn't see the team until basically they were coming out onto the pitch. I was quite busy up until kick-off. I was surprised that he put Ronaldo straight back in. I thought that he might have I don't know, maybe he's had him on the bench. I'm pleased that he went with him in, to be fair, but I think he was the only one that really, I was like, all right, but we thought that he'd come straight back in to start with, but I'm one of these that they should fight for the place. Do you know
And
what I mean? And he's been out for a couple of games, so it's like, well,
are
but
you
that's just my
saying?
opinion.
Are you saying, especially because he got sent off? It should, like, if it was an injury, coming straight back in, fair enough. But he brought it on himself being sent off. I mean, I'm a fan of Ronaldo anyway, so I was glad to see him back in. I didn't have any issues with it at all. Lee, yourself, when you saw the lineup, was you happy with what you saw?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of have a different view to Emma about Reinildo. I think that this guy's played 4 years at Atletico Madrid in the Champions League, high level in Spanish football. He's an athlete. He gets up and down the pitch both defensively and offensively, and that's crucial to the way we play. So, and I think the way he played yesterday, his performance, basically justified his place in the starting 11. The other big decision was obviously Alderete was out for concussion protocol, so that was a bit of a blow. And I wonder if that forced Regis to go to the back five, or whether it was already a plan to go to the back five. But Gertrude came in and he had a very good game, didn't he? But
Yep.
it was a bit confusing, wasn't it, the tactics at the start? Because sometimes you saw Trey Hume at right back, and then sometimes you saw him in the middle of the midfield. So I think little by little, we kind of saw what we were trying to do. In possession, we had basically a 4-5-1, but out of possession, when we were defending, we went to a 5-4-1. And apart from the brain fart of the first goal, I think we dealt with it perfectly.
Yeah, absolutely. Just very quickly, I want to include as many people as we can on the chat. There's a bit of flirting going on here with Emma. Apparently, Ian, I'm not even going to read that out because the U1BAG, right, will mean something if I read it out a certain way. So, anyway, Ian's saying, "Hi, Emma, tell me I'm not dreaming. If I am, don't wake me up." Emma's saying, "I'll try not to wake you up." Goodness knows what's going on. I hope your husband is watching in here. John Parr says, "Where is everyone? If you're meaning we're down to 3, everybody's gone down like ill. Dino's not very well. Terry's at a wedding, though not his own, I don't think. And different people are just not up to it. So Jack Dodds is in London still. Just everybody's got AWOL. But anyway, we're still here to bring you a show as best we can. So we went one down within 3 or 4 minutes. Was you worried when you saw that? You thought, here we go, this could be a cricket score sort of thing, Lee?
I think naturally you feel like that, don't you, Philly? I mean, especially when you've changed the formation, you got into a back 5. We actually started quite well, didn't we? Because we had that header from Dan Ballard, which he didn't really connect with. And then after 3 minutes, you go a goal down, and like you kind of think that's the game plan out of the window, and you might have to change. But Lebris, to be honest, he said that he didn't change. He kept with the game plan because he had belief. But their goal, it was disappointing because we had just had an attack. They recovered the ball. We got it back. Reinildo ran up the pitch. He got dispossessed. And because we were still coming back from the previous attack, we were just all over the shop. And Mukiele was one-on-one with Garnacho. He had loads of space. Trey Hume was like busting the gut to get back. But it was just one of those things that was the Chelsea's first chance of the game. And what are the odds that they scored? I mean, Mukiele did all the right things, didn't he? Because he tried to play him down the line onto his weaker left foot, but he got that half a yard, got a good left foot shot off, and just went through Roof's legs. So it was a disappointing start, but you know, it was something like we never give up and we'll always come back and fight, and in the end, that's what we did.
Just very quickly, Las Palmas Mackham says Dino is not well. He's suffering from a dose of happiness, which is a fair point, I suppose. And Emma, when that goal went in so early, was you thinking, "Oh, here we go, floodgates are going to open," or was you not feeling like that?
I was. When that goal went in, as Lee said, it's natural. It's like, oh, here we go again. We're going to get slaughtered here because, in all honesty, Phil, I didn't think we'd get anything from Chelsea, to be fair. So that goal went in within the first couple of minutes. I was like, oh, God, here. We're going to get absolutely battered here. If another one goes in, I'm going to turn the telly off. This is what was all going through my head at the time. I was like, because I can't watch, we'll get hammered and things like that. But as Lee said, we started really, really well. And I think when that goal went in, I think that's what hurt it is such, because it was their first chance, because we didn't put 11 men behind the ball from kick-off. We went up, we attacked, we tried. But then for me as well, Hume was caught out of position, and I think that was crucial. I was effing and blinding at Hume on the TV. Do you know what I mean? And it was just so disappointing, but I honestly thought, nah, this is it. We're going to get absolutely slaughtered.
Yeah, because we'd been up there, like Lee said, I suppose, I mean, I don't want to be critical of any of the team, really, because they're all great. But, yeah, you know, Hume was sort of like the one struggling to get back. Go on, Lee.
No, I think Chelsea were probably a bit shell-shocked as well that we started like that the way we did, because I don't think this season we have played one game where we started with such a high press. You had Isidore, Traore and Lafille harassing their defenders and making them cause errors. But then Chelsea must have been like licking their lips at like going 1-0 up after 3 minutes after the start that we'd had. So, but I think that gave us confidence that those 3 minutes that we did have that chance, we did cause them a couple of problems with the high press. That gave us belief that listen, we've conceded, but we can still get back in this game.
Yeah, without a doubt. Just very quickly, I want to go to the chat down here. Coffee Goblin says if Alderete was fit, Reynildo may have been on the bench. Dan Wild says, remember, we haven't played anyone yet, apparently. Dan Wild says the Geordies will be saying, wait until you play Arsenal or Liverpool. Everybody on the chat there. Just very quickly, we've got 114 people at the moment on the stream. We've got 41 likes. We do like to hit 100 if we can on a Sunday. So just hit that thumbs up for us. Take a second to do so. And of course, hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Free to subscribe to the channel. And it will help us out. And my throat's struggling. I mean, it was great to see the way we played. I mean, like I said, we came out well. I still thought it took us 10 to 15 minutes to sort of really settle in, but we absolutely went for it. And I think you're possibly right, Lee, when you say Chelsea were a bit shell-shocked seeing us do that. But it's the way we played. We went for it. And do you think this is the way going forward now? It's like not fearing anyone at all, even if we're in their own backyard, and doing that, because that is without a doubt why we won that game yesterday. You know, had we sat back and tried to soak it up, eventually you're going to, you're going to concede, no matter how good our defence is. And I think playing like that, for me, that's what I'd like to see. Emma, should that be the way forward now for the rest of the season?
We shouldn't have any fear. We should not have any fear. We've had, I'm going to say a rough, quite few seasons behind where we've come up and we've shown that we can compete at Premier League level. And yesterday showed that to me massively. I mean, I had faith that, yeah, we're going to stay up, but I didn't ever think we would be the position we are now. It's like, if we had won that Burnley game, a game that we should have won, we could have been sitting top again yesterday. And when you think about that, it's like that one game could have changed just where we are in that table. It's like we are ones that people need to take notice of, because I was worried about our away form as well. Are we going to be okay away? Because yes, at home we've got no fear, but yesterday's showing that we need to do that every game. We need to go show we're there to play and play that game.
Right, okay. Just very quickly, I want to go to the chat. Mick Griffiths on there says, "I love it when we go goal down and the players' heads don't drop." There's people wishing Dino well and give your disco lights a rest. Miles Percival says the rumour has it is that Brian Brobby held the N25 up all morning, apparently. So there's all sorts of memes going about with stuff like that.
And the London Transport Network as well, Philly, because that was a shambles, isn't it? Wasn't it yesterday to get to Chelsea, I think?
Yeah, apparently. So, yeah, it's all good. Lee, is this going to be our thing? Like, going for it, that's got to be the way forward for the rest of the season, surely.
I think it depends on the players that we have on the pitch at the time, Philly. I think what we've got this season is players who've got legs and that can run for 90 minutes and more. And I think as well, it's important, like the transitional phases that we have, as I mentioned before, like in defence, we're playing with a back five, but when we go forward, we're playing with a back four. We have the extra man in midfield. And it showed yesterday that Chelsea had two midfielders in their midfield yesterday, Caicedo and Fernandes, who probably cost more than all of our 14 signings this season. And they didn't get a sniff, because when we had the ball, we were transitioning into that 5 in midfield, and it was helping us dominate the game. Is it the way forward every game? I don't think so. I think we have to kind of, we don't, but the coach and staff, Labrise, have to analyse each opponent, find the weaknesses, and basically exploit them. And yesterday we did that. But everything depends on the players that we have on the pitch and the legs. It's all about the running and the energy. You see Granit Xhaka, 33-year-old, he's running the most distance out of all the Premier League midfielders, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have to give massive credit to Reggie for what he's done. He's very good at working out what we have to do. I know what you're saying. I mean, I just like the idea of us doing that every week because it's just superb to watch. And, if we'd have got beat yesterday and played like that, yes, nobody wants us to get beat. But I'd have gone, fair play. You gave it a go. Go on, Lee.
I think eventually that's the aim. The aim is to play like yesterday all the time. If you look at teams like Bournemouth are doing that now. They probably started the same way as we did, like basically low block, try not to concede, grab goals. But then, as you stay in the Premier League season after season, you get that money, you buy better quality players, then you can do that. I think possibly we're ahead of where they were when they probably came up because we're doing this now. But yeah, we've got the resources in place to buy those players and to play those formations and to run all game.
Yeah, okay. Just very quickly on the chat, Ian saying agree with you, Emma. No fear. Differences. We have quality players. Anthony Brown says, "How good is Granit Xhaka? He's like a Rolls Royce." Totally agree. Was superb yesterday. This is a point, mind. What we keep forgetting. Well, I keep forgetting about. John McKinney says, important we get the most out of Siddiqui whilst we can before AFCON. Of course, once that starts, we're going to lose a few of our players, and that could be crucial to us.
I think it's about five or six, if I'm not mistaken.
But I mean, I do think there's a massive credit goes to the manager. I think a shout out. We need to give a shout out to the set play coach. I think things we're doing now and trying are just things what just haven't happened in the past, and I just think that's probably down to him as well. Anyway, they scored their goal, and then 20 odd minutes we pulled ours back from the long throw again, which we discussed last week. Not all of them came off in the last game, but yesterday, it worked for us. Do you think a lot of teams are doing it now? It's talked about a lot in the Premier League. They're using the long throw. Do you think we're eventually going to get found out with it, though? Or is it still just a thing we should be using anyway? Lee?
I don't think you really can get found out for it. I think it's so blatant, but it just depends on the players that you have attacking the ball. And yes, I mean, last week I mentioned on this show as well, last week about Ballard, Alderete, like those two players are the ones that you want attacking those throw-ins from Mukiele. And if the ball gets into the 6-yard area, if it reaches the 6-yard area and you got Ballard and Alderete there who are very strong at attacking the ball, you're always going to get something. And I don't know if Ballard got the touch yesterday, but he certainly caused havoc and it led to the goal.
Just very quickly, I want to jump back on the chat here. John Rosenbray, anyway, John says it was great to get a win at Chelsea. However, it was even better to stuff it up all the pundits who had us relegated even before a ball was kicked. Fair dues. John McKinney says, isn't it suspicious that Terry and Dino are off at the same time? Wonder what they're doing. Well, we didn't want to spill the beans. Well, obviously you've rumbled it. We did say there was a wedding going on that Terry was at. Terry and Dino are tying the knot apparently today, so they are the new happy couple. Emma, the long throw. Lee says, can we really be found out from it? Do you think people are going to teams are going to start preparing to play against that for us? Do you think that's going to happen?
I think I agree with what Lee said. Can he really be found out from it? Because, yes, the long throw that led to the goal, look at the space he had. That is down to Chelsea. So that was the way Chelsea set up for that throw. They're never going to know, really, until that second, if it's going to be a long throw or not, and where that ball's going to land. Unless you are, I don't know, super accurate, you'll never know where the ball's going to land because anything could happen. A gust of wind could misblow it. Do you know what I mean? We're getting to that time of year. So I don't think you can be found out with it. But the thing is, use it while we can. Make it work for us, like what we are doing.
Right, okay. Just very quickly, we've got 65 likes at the moment, 126 people watching the stream. And if you can just hit that thumbs up, we just need, another 35 people to give us a like. Hit that thumbs up, get us to 100, like we like to do on a Sunday night. And of course, if you are watching the channel and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It's free to do so, and it will help our channel out immensely. I do want to give a massive shout out to our fans down at Stamford Bridge yesterday. Certainly, the way I was watching it, they were so loud, sang all the time, back the team. Do you think, do the fans really make a difference? Do you think it can spur everybody on, Emma?
Oh, massively.
Yeah.
Massively. I think it can, because there's times that if you pay enough attention to the games, you can see the players trying to get the fans, come on, we're going type thing, you know what I mean? So I do think that the fans are that 12th man. I've always said it. We have got some of the best fans in this country. The miles we travel, the amount, every away game's a sellout. It's so hard to get tickets for people that don't go to away games, that haven't got the points, because that's how strong our fan base is.
Yeah.
And it's all you could hear. I think they even said it's the loudest Stamford Bridge has been all season yesterday, and it was just our fans, not theirs, our fans. So what does that say?
Definitely. Did you notice how loud our fans was, Lee, when you was watching it?
Oh, absolutely. It was class, wasn't it? There were moments in the game, I think, in the second half when Trey Hume put a tackle against Garnacho, which somehow got blown a foul, got the fans going up. Enzo Lafie went up for a header against Reece James, won the header. Then, just a couple of seconds after that, he put in a tackle on Chalobah, sliding tackle. Brian Brobby winning headers and tackles. And it got the fans really going. And I think, as Emma said, that's the lift the players need, especially when you go goal down. The fans don't get frustrated, they keep on singing, and you could just hear non-stop Enzo Lafie song, you could hear Granit Xhaka song, it was just brilliant, and it just fills you with pride, doesn't it, to be a Sunderland fan?
Absolutely. And it's those away it's those away games as well. Not everybody can get to away games and stuff, but the away games, the atmosphere in an away game when you're in with our fans is just unbelievable. I want to quickly go back to the chat. David Williams says Reggie will have a plan for AFCON. It won't surprise me if he did. Miles Percival says long throw is a massive weapon we have and other teams don't. That's why they're groaning or moaning or whatever it is. John McKinney says, can we ask Lee to give us his Bilbao Alderete accent again? Lee?
Alderete.
Is that it?
No.
Did I miss it? What?
Ole, Alderete.
All right, that'll do.
That's not nothing Bilbao pronunciation. It's just the pronunciation in Spanish.
Right. Okay. There you go. Robin Lawson agreed. Fans help. Well said down there. Two big signings in January and top six. That's Joe MCM says that. So we get to half time. It's 1-1. How are we feeling? Are you thinking, this is, we're at least going to get a point here? Was you thinking, yeah, we could actually go on and win this? Lee?
I think like going 1-1 at half time and actually not looking in danger of conceding a goal at that point, you always like thinking positively. But we know from recent seasons, being a Sunderland fan, that we've always had a good first half, and then the second half will usually come out shite. And like the Coventry game always comes to mind at the Stadium of Light when we were in a 2-0 up at half time, we drew 2-2. So I'm always kind of cautious like after half time, but you have to say the way we came out in the second half, we started as we came out in the first half, pressing them. We looked really up for it, and I think that was really nice to see. And Chelsea didn't really have an answer to us.
Yeah. Just very quickly before coming to you, Emma, back on the chat down here. Tony Huntington, away fans are often louder than the home fans at times. Our home fans are drowned out by away fans, which is true sometimes. John Swinney, who's down in New Zealand, tuning in. Thanks, John. Other side of the world, totally agree that the fans were immense all game. Anyway, Emma, half time. What was you thinking? Definitely a point here, or we can scrape the 3. How was you feeling?
So at half time, even though we didn't sit with the 11 men behind the ball, we were up there, we were playing, we were having a good game of football. It started to get sloppy just before half time. I'm going, come on, just get in for half time, 1-1, that'll do us. Come on. And I'm sitting there going at half time, I'm going, what's going on in that Chelsea dressing room? What's he going to say? Are they going to come out? Are they going to hammer with coming out just have the full time whistle now? In all honesty, that was my thought. Because I thought, great, we'll take a point. I love a point. So I was just like, nah, I just want to go back out and just stick the 11 men behind the ball, do nothing, and walk away with a point, because I thought we would still get hammered. Because, as Lee said, we all know we can't be a team of 2 different halves. You never know what Sunderland team is going to turn up.
That's very true. And we've seen that so many times, Emma. Coffee Goblin says only 4 out of the 14 used at Chelsea were African. So, I don't think it's something that we can ignore, but hopefully, we have got strength and depth now, which is a good thing. But I don't know, the African Nations Cup could be a big part of our season on whether we're going to win the league or we're not going to win the league. We went up to second yesterday, and yesterday's later results went for us. They were great, but today's results haven't gone for us. And in our quest to win the league, we've had a little dent, but that doesn't really matter. Right, look, before I go any further, I do want to give a massive shout out to our channel sponsors this year, who are wolfcompetitions.co.uk. Check out the site. Chance to win loads of cash, cars, holidays, all sorts on there. Last Monday, they sent me to Coventry. So I went down to Coventry, and there was Janny, this lady, had the chance to win £25,000 on the spin of a wheel. Anyway, this is what happened.
Here we go. Whoa! All right, it's spinning. Here we go. Come on, Johnny. Come on. What are we going to get? All right, so wolfcompetitions.co.uk. We've been sent to Coventry. So Coventry, of course, famous for 2 cathedrals and a woman who rides about on a horse with no clothes on, Lady Godiva. But we are here because Johnny Jackson has won a spin of the wheel and a chance to win £25,000. How good's that? So we got our fingers crossed for her. Let's have a chat to Johnny and see what it's all about. Come on. What's the biggest amount of money you've won? Liverpool. How much was that?
50.
50,000 pounds. 50,000 pounds you won already. All right. So you're here to spin the wheel. Are you feeling lucky?
Little bit.
A little bit. All right. All you got to do, you got to spin the wheel. All right. The least you can win is $2.5 grand, but 25 grand. Any one of the reds is what we want you to win. All right. So, are we ready? You ready for big cheers? All right. Here we go. Jenny, when you're ready, spin the wheel. Wolfcompetitions.co.uk. Here we go. Whoa. All right. It's spinning. Here we go. Come on, Jenny. Come on. What we gonna get? What we gonna get? What we gonna get? It's. Oh, well, it's 5 grand. £5,000. High five, yes. Oh, 5 grand. You can't knock that, can you? £5,000 in a skyrocket. How about that? Is that good? That's really good.
So there you go. 5 grand she won. Loads of people win all the time. So check it out. Give it a go. Just sign up to Wolf Competitions and you could be a winner. Win loads. In fact, I could be coming around your house with a big check, giving you some money. So wolfcompetitions.co.uk. There is a link in the description. They are our channel sponsors for the season. So a massive, big thank you to them. Right then, second half then. Chelsea come out. I think they stepped up the game a little bit, really. I thought we started first 10 minutes. I thought we were all right. I thought the middle bit was a little bit iffy for us, but I never felt worried, sort of thing. Never felt threatened, even though the possession they had was loads. Lee, were you worried second half? I mean, Chelsea did seem to step up a bit second half. In my eyes, yourself?
No, I'm not worried at all. As soon as I saw that tackle from Granit Xhaka on Garnacho at the start of the second half, you go, okay, let's continue like that. And we did. Like we said, we saw Lafie getting stuck in. Siddiqui was getting stuck in. Trey Hume, they were all getting stuck in. And Chelsea, we restricted them to, they only had a few long shots that went wide and a couple of headers that were very tame. So they might have played better, but they might have had more possession. But we just held our own, and they couldn't break us down. The only thing I would say was disappointing was the play acting from Pedro Neto and Cucurella. They were just going down holding the faces all the time, trying to get our players sent off.
Yeah, definitely. Emma, second half, do you think they stepped up a bit? Or did you not see it like me?
Nah, I don't think I really seen it the way you did, Phil. I mean, yeah, granted, when you look back at the stats, they had more possession than us, but we stood our ground, if you like. We fought, we battled against them, and we were winning balls, and there was quite a few lovely little passes, and it was great to watch. I don't think that Chelsea did step up their game as much, to be honest with you. If anything, I thought we stepped up a little bit more from the first half.
Right, okay. Go on, Lee, you want in?
Yeah, no, and it was interesting that Mark Gue started for them yesterday, and he barely got a touch, and he just got kicked from pillar to post by Ballard and Mugieli. Yeah.
Well, people were saying before the start of the game that Mark Gue would have been nailed on to score. It's typical how it happens and that. But like you say, he hardly had a touch. I just think second half for me, I thought we came out, and I thought the first 10 minutes, I thought we continued where we left off, and I thought we were great. But then it seemed to be there was a large chunk of the second half where I thought we seemed to be, I don't know, took our foot off the gas a bit, really, and it's and Chelsea seemed to have a bit more of the play, though not really doing anything with it, not really troubling our keeper. Is how I saw it anyway. Just very quickly on the chat down here, 12 points clear, 23 points to go. That's the first target. There is that. We keep saying 40 points, and we're now, we're 23 points away from that. That should definitely be the first target. Unlike Alan Gardner is saying, do you think we'll win the league by Easter? I don't think we'll win the league by Easter, but come the end of the season, well, who knows? I mean, if Leicester can do it, anything could be possible. Lee?
Yeah, no, Philly, going back to that second half, I mean, the only time I kind of felt a bit twitchy was that moment when Siddiqui was left by himself and he decided to let the ball bounce when he had the chance to clear it. And oh my God, I was shouting at the TV in English and Spanish, and I can't repeat what I probably can't repeat what I said, but yeah, that was infuriating because I don't know if he just misjudged the bounce or what, but
it was mad. I mean, when you watch it as well, he's odds-on favourite to get the ball. It's like, and then didn't step back, and I thought, it was just frustrating because it didn't. It looked like it was his ball all day, really. And then when he didn't, and he just stepped back on it, I thought.
But the pleasing thing was, Philly, was like look at the player who was the one who tracked back and won the ball back. It was Enzo Lafay. Pushed the ball to get back, and he deserves a lot of credit, Enzo Lafay, because he's doing a different side of the game that's not normally his game. He's normally a flair player, creative player, but he knows that if he wants to get in the Sunderland team this season, he's got to do both sides of the game, and he's doing that, and he's excelling.
And to be fair, he is delivering. And at the start of the season, because he wasn't in the starting lineup, was he? And we're thinking, hang on a sec, he was our best player last season. He was head and shoulders above everybody else and that. But I mean, fair play to him. He's been given his chance and he's taken it by both hands. And like you say, a lot of credit goes to Enzo Lafay for yesterday's performance. Look, we've got 120 people on the stream at the moment. We got 82 likes, which means all we need is 18 of you to hit that thumbs up. That'll hit the magic 100 for us, which we like to achieve on a Sunday night down here. So if you can do that, hit the thumbs up, get us to 100 likes, and we'll love you forevermore. Did we deserve... Sorry. I was choking. I thought I was going to die. Did we deserve all 3 points? Or would a draw have actually been a fair result? Or have we nicked those 3 points, Emma?
Yeah, we deserved them, Phil. We deserved them. It was a brilliant game to watch. All in all, there was a few muck-ups, as I said before. Chelsea had quite a bit of possession, but obviously, as a Sunderland fan, we deserved them points. We fought for them points. We fought till the very end. Obviously, we know we use that slogan a lot. We deserved them. They were ours for the taking.
I mean, yeah, I probably agree. It's we fought for that. We attacked them. We didn't sit back and nick it. SJ 30,000 says it wasn't a smash and grab. Lee, fully deserved those 3 points then, or do you think Chelsea might feel a bit aggrieved?
No, it's one of those where you can say if it's a draw, it's a fair result. But if you can say like if Sunderland got the 3 points at the last minute, you can say, well, they've played well away from home against the club world champions and the Europa Conference League champions, and who are playing in the Champions League this season. So you can't really argue that that we didn't deserve it. I mean, it wasn't a smash and grab. We scored the goal. Like other teams at 1-1, especially away from home, we've seen it in the past in the Stadium of Light. What will they do? They'll just time waste. We don't do that.
Yeah.
We play the game properly, and we've got a clear intention that we want to win the game. And Lebris always says that we're going to go there and we're going to try and win the game. Whether that means we play a bit negative, sometimes it doesn't matter. But our aim is to win the game.
Well, this is what we've said. We're not bothered if the game is absolutely atrocious and we nick a 1-0 win. I mean, the fact that yesterday it was such an entertaining game as well. I mean, and so it was great for us to see Sunderland play like that. Like I say, had we lost, you'd have been full of praise for having a go the way they did. Just very quickly back to the chat down here. What did you make of the atmosphere at the bridge? This is Gary Hoyle. apart from the weekend. Very disappointed. Apparently, we've touched on that already. Robin Lawson says, of course we did, meaning deserved the win. Only team that played to the end. And Mark Jameson says, doesn't matter whether we deserve the points or not, we got them, which is fair enough. Brian Brobby, we touched on him last week. How we've not seen enough of him yet to decide, if he's a good buy or not. But even though he came on as a late substitution yesterday, there's no doubt whatsoever we won that game because of him holding that ball up, and it seemed forever until somebody was there that he could lay off, and the lay off, the pass he made was just perfect for Talby just to slot it home. Does this show Brobby's class, do you think, Lee?
I think he's got class. I mean, we wouldn't pay 25 million for him if he's not got class. But obviously, I think he was a bit behind on his fitness. He didn't have much of a pre-season. He's still kind of recovering his confidence because he had a bit of a rough time at Ajax last season. Wilson Isidore's playing well for us, so there's no need to kind of force Brobby into the team. Like we did, we did that with Josie Altidore, didn't we? We basically signed Altidore back in the day, and we put him straight in the team, and he needed time to get there, and in the end, he didn't get that time, and he was a failure. I think with Brobby, Lebris knows that he's a very he's a very powerful asset for us, and we've got 3 forwards who are totally different players, and Lebris can use them when he sees fit. Do you know what I mean? He can say, okay, this is a moment for Brobby. Last week, I think it was Mayenda who came on against Wolves, but this week it was Brobby, and the thing is that he had an impact. He came on, he was winning the balls, but in fact all 3 subs that we made had an impact on the game. Chris Rigg on the right hand side was working his bollocks off, getting stuck in. Talby, obviously, when he came on, did well. The other Dutch lads like Gertrude, he came in, had a solid game. I was chuffed a bit when Robin Roos punched and flattened Cucurella on that corner. That was lovely to see as well. But Brian Brobby is going to be a big player for us because he's got something that the other players haven't got, and we saw that yesterday. I mean, the amount of time that he held that ball up there, he had time to basically spark up a fag, take out his key in his pocket, and just lay it off to Talby. But other players, he saw Gertrude, who was the guy who played the long ball, was actually the first one in the box. So he chased his own ball and got up by the time that Brobby had held it up. And Brobby could have passed it to him, but he didn't. He waited for the option behind him, and it was just perfect. It was a perfect goal.
Yeah, SJ says 5 seconds he had that ball, which might not seem a lot. I mean, 5 seconds when you got a couple of defenders around you as well. You know, I mean, he did great holding those defenders off. Emma, is it showing Brobby's class what he did yesterday?
5 seconds, can I say? If that was just 5 seconds, it felt a hell of a lot longer.
Yeah, absolutely.
My heart was in my mouth. I'm going, come on. But there's something there. I don't quite know what it is. I know we've touched on this. I haven't quite seen enough of him. But what he did yesterday was brilliant. He held the ball up. He waited for his moment and he took it. But the only concern I would have is, could he do that again? Could he hold the ball for, as we're being told, 5 seconds again to make that mark? I don't know. But there is something about him. I just can't quite put my finger on it just yet, if that makes any sort of sense.
Right. Well, John McKinney says Brobby wins his aerial duels of the pitch, unlike Isidore. Also, Danny, he's also saying Gertrude such a good footballer. Redu would say it's a question of opportunities, and he's cemented his place into this team. When we went second yesterday, I'll tell you what, before we do this, if 10 more people hit the thumbs up and give us a like. In fact, 7 people just smash that thumbs up. That gets to the 100, and it made me a very happy man. If you can do that, thank you very much. When we went second yesterday, maybe it could be me getting a little bit carried away, but I couldn't help thinking back to the that first season under Peter Reid, when first game of the season went to Chelsea, we lost 4-0, but then eventually clawed our way into it, and we sat in second place for quite a while. In fact, we had a couple of chances to go top, and every time we got those chances, we fluffed it. I remember one was playing West Ham, I think, and we just needed the win and we got a draw or something like that. And every time we missed it. And we hovered around second place for ages. And then after Christmas is when we sort of fell away a bit and still ended up finishing 7th. And I couldn't help thinking, a comparison to that. People think you're just up there for a laugh. But I think the way we're playing, I think we'll give anybody a game. Do you think I'm getting a little bit carried away with myself here, or do you think there could be that same comparison for us this season, Lee?
I mean, at the start of the season, Billy, we all had made our predictions of where we would finish. So nobody probably expected us to be where we are now. But are people surprised? And I don't think they are, because the club is so well run from top to bottom now, is that you always had this feeling that we might do something special. And the players that we've brought in players who were coming from top teams rather than buying players who are coming from relegated teams. So that just shows the ambition and the positivity of the club, is that they're not buying the best players of the teams that have gone down. They're buying the best players from the top teams. And when you do that, I think it can only bode well for the future. So there's always a bit of a worry, isn't it? Because if you look at our run of fixtures now, we've got a hard game, but we've just beaten the World Club champions and the Conference champions and Champions League, competing for the Champions League this year. We've got Everton next week, who lost 3-0 against Tottenham today at home. They'll be a tough game, but at home we can probably beat anyone. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just going to take it game by game, Philly, and I think that on our day, if we get it right, we can, as Reggie says, take it game by game. Every game is different. Take it game by game, and if we get it right, we've got a chance of getting a positive result.
Don't listen to Reggie. Don't take game by every game. Let's get carried away. There was some, I've lost it now. Go on, I'll go to you, Emma, because I can't find it. Emma, comparison to the Peter Reid season, do you think, or is it just me getting carried away?
Why not get carried away? We've earned these moments as loyal Sunderland fans, watching the crap we have for the last 10 seasons. Why not let us get carried away in this moment where we are? Nobody could have dreamed it. I was happy just staying up. Now I think I'd be disappointed if we don't finish in the top 10, to be honest with you. So why not get carried away while we can?
What I do like as well is when you listen to the pundits now, those same pundits who were saying we'll go down, they're not saying that now. They're saying, if any of the three are going to stay up, it's going to be us. And I don't know if you've heard or seen the clip on social media of Paul Merson and his report on us, and he just says, how Sunderland went for it and looked dangerous and deserved everything we got. Teams come to the likes of Chelsea and sit back, and it's not what we did. And it's just like I say, that team, that first season under Peter Reid and back in the Premier League, we were unknowns. We had, I think, Mickey Gray and Johnson on the wing who just ran riot down one side, and people, they weren't ready for us. And I just think, we have that in our favour. we've come up and we're an unknown quantity. But the thing is, I think the bottom line is we've bought quality players, like really good players. And my biggest fear is, I'll come to you just now, Lee. My biggest fear was always that because of the amount we bought, how long it would take for us to gel together. But I think they've hit the ground running, Lee.
And I think there's still much more to come, Philly, as well. We haven't seen the best of Habib Diarra yet because he's only just come and he got injured straight away, but he's our big money signing, so there's still big things to come from him.
Yeah.
Lebris is saying in his interviews that the wide positions are still up for grabs because nobody's really grasped the wide positions yet. Talby's played, Adingra's played, Traore's had some time, Lafay's had some time, so I think we're still to see the best of Sunderland FC for this season. I think there's like still room to grow, and we can get even better.
And then what's going to happen come January as well?
I mean, you forget about like DR and stuff like that. DR has been brilliant as well, and we're doing these with Alderete yesterday. I mean, Alderete's been immense, and we did it without him. It's and this is the thing. It's I want to get carried away. I want to be talking about a European tour and stuff like this. And, I'm not bothered if them up the road keep saying you haven't played anybody yet. We played the World Club champions yesterday in their own backyard, and we beat them, properly. It wasn't luck. We went for it. And I think if we do the same with everybody else.
I'm not going to lie. I'm worried about Everton and Man City because to me, they're our two bogey teams in the Premiership. So I'm quite worried about them games coming up.
Well,
Liverpool and Arsenal, I'm not worried. But Everton and Man City, I am.
Right. Well, before we get on to them, what about your man of the match from yesterday, Emma?
They all played well. I don't think one deserves it more than another, but I thought it's between three for me. So I'm going to pick three. Xhaka, Lafay and Ballard. It's between them three. I cannot pick between the three. I really cannot. They're the three standout ones, and I just kind of pick between them. They were just all immense.
Right. Steve and Ollie Shaw saying Ballard man of the match, as is Ben Rowland. He's saying Ballard. Lee, your man of the match?
What Emma said.
Yeah.
Those three players were the standouts, weren't they? And it's really hard. I mean, I think some of the TV channels gave Ballard, some of them gave Xhaka, but Lafay was immense. And I do want to give a special mention to Talby as well, because he must have been shitting himself when he got the ball in that position, especially what happened to him in the Man United game when he came on as sub and he had that chance at the end of the game. Do you know what I mean? And this was a very, very similar situation.
Yeah.
So he must have been kind of bricking it, but no doubt he would have been practicing and training those type of situations to make sure that next time it comes around, I'm going to score. And I thought perfect. And the way it was almost kind of Tommy Watson-esque, wasn't it? When he kind of rolled it past and that he used the defender as a shield, and the celebration that just followed were brilliant. And I imagine the FA might give us a fine for like the subs coming on the pitch and everything, but who gives a fuck? Kirill's got deep pockets. Kirill's got deep pockets, hasn't he? So he won't mind paying that.
Exactly. Mick Griffiths, Ballard again for me. Robin Lawson. Feel a bit sad for Jack Clark. He would have been integrated by now. We chose to do what he did, and the way he is, that's the pass for us now. Ballard again, Coffee Goblin Ballard for me. Lafay close second. Johnny McKinney, Lafay is unbelievable. Devo Imas Xhaka. More for Ballard down there. I know exactly what you're saying, all of you. But I just think Xhaka, for me, just controls everything. And he's just... but any one of them, you said, could have easily taken it. So credit to credit to the whole team, really.
Philly, 1 second about Granit Xhaka. So like Xhaka, you watch him play, and if there's another player in that position, when he gets the ball, they would make the wrong decision, but he always makes the right decision. And that's the best thing about him is like as our captain, as our leader, that when he gets the ball, he never panics. He's always so calm. And you'll see like younger player like Rig who might make the wrong choice, but Xhaka never does that. And yesterday, like seeing Xhaka run 30 yards up the field to get on that long ball over the top, and he was actually kicking himself because he didn't make the right decision in that case, because he couldn't pass the Baldy. But the way he controlled it and brought it down and almost created the chance for himself was just brilliant.
Yeah, SJ 30,000 says Xhaka was like a coach on the pitch. And to be fair, you know, Xhaka sometimes he has a wayward pass or something like that, but it never puts him off. He's always straight back in there leading as he does. Speaking of SJ 30,000, I don't know if you've changed your name on there because I thought you was just SJ last week. And if I've got the wrong one, then apologies for that, because SJ last week said that from the next 3 games, we'll get 1 point from Chelsea, Everton, and Arsenal. So we've already got 3. Emma, you're saying Everton are a bit of a bogey team for us. How many points from Everton and Arsenal? I mean, Everton at home, Arsenal at home as well. I mean, the Arsenal game is a top of the table clash where, well, until today we could have overtaken them. Although no, they play next week, so if we get a good 3 points against Arsenal, it could be that we're playing Arsenal at home to go to sit top of the Premier League. Let's not get carried away, but let's get carried away. Emma, how many points do you see from those 2 games?
I'd love to say 6 points. I really would, but I will honestly take 2 points right now. You say, do you want 2 points? Skip the games. Yes, please. I'll take them. But realistically,
even though they're home games,
well, realistically, I know Everton's a bogey team, so I think we're going to draw with Everton. But then I think we'll sneak the win with Arsenal. So I'm going to say 4 points.
Oh, you're changing your mind now. All right. Emma changing her mind. 4 points.
I'm a woman. I always change my mind. Come on.
I mean, Everton at home. I think if we only get a point off Everton at home, I think that's going to be a disappointing result. I really do. And I know you say about bogey teams, but hasn't the last couple of seasons been? We've broken a lot of our
records and
we're with bogey teams and things like that, and you know, going to Wembley and never winning, to going to Wembley and winning now 3 times in a row, and all these things. So you know, if we're gonna put an end to all these curses, then surely Everton is a good place to start. Lee, how many points from those next 2 games do you think?
Well, I'd like to think we can beat Everton and get one over that miserable Scottish bastard, David Moyes. Not all Scottish people are miserable bastards. I've got some friends who are Scottish and they're lovely people. It's just David Moyes is a miserable cunt. So, but no, against them at home, I would like us to at least, pick up 3 points there, because we are at home. We are strong at home. Although saying that, Everton do have some good players. I mean, their 2 wingers, I think it's NDI and Grealish, they could cause us problems, and we'd have to make sure that they don't get one-on-one with our full-backs, because if they do get one-on-one, they can cause damage. The Arsenal game at home, I mean, they're playing Slavia Prague on the Tuesday before away. Will Arteta rest their best players like Chelsea did and see how it goes? It's a very tough game. Arsenal are basically leading the charge, aren't they, for the title? But again, our home advantage counts a lot, and if we can get the fans in the stadium rocking, there's no reason why we can't pick up a point, at least.
Just very quickly on the chat here before we do go. Colin Major says, Phil, what do you think about the rumours that Job might come back on loan? It's funny because I was talking to a Sunderland fan yesterday, and they brought this up I didn't realize it was a rumor that they just said about Job coming back. But for me, I don't think Job would get anywhere near our team at the moment. I mean, yes, he was vastly improved from when he first arrived at Sunderland and that, but I don't think. I think we've moved on. I think we've stepped up another level since the days of Job and stuff like that. Lee, your thoughts on Job?
I think the style of play that we play now, Philly, has evolved, and it means that the likes of Dan Neil and Job probably wouldn't suit the way we play. But that's not to say Job's not a good player. I mean, he played Champions League this week for Dortmund, and he got 2 assists. I think it's just lazy journalism. I don't think there's a chance he'll come back to Sunderland. I think he'll stay with Dortmund. He just needs time. But I don't think he would suit our style of play. And I think we're all about energy and fast play, transitions. And I think that's probably not his strong point at the minute.
Right, fair enough. Very quickly, Emma, because we're over time. Job coming back, would you take him back or not?
I don't think there's a place in our team for him.
No, right, okay. Just before we go, John McKinney says Coventry were our bogey team, and look what happened there. So we will bear that in mind. Thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. We've got 105 likes at the moment, so a big thank you to you lot for supporting the channel like that as well. We will be back possibly through the week, but next week as well, even though we don't play until the Monday, but we will be having a look ahead to the Everton game. Once again, I want to say a massive big thank you to Wolf Competitions for sponsoring our channel this season. And of course, don't forget, if you've not checked the site out yet, wolfcompetitions.co.uk, there is a link in the description below. Go and have a look at that and go and bag yourself some cash. Emma, if you'd just like to say bye to everybody, if you would, please.
Bye, everybody.
There you go. And in Spanish, as you always do, Lee, just sign off for us.
Que paséis buena semana a todos y a todos los aficionados de Newcastle. Cuidado con el hueco. Mind the gap.
Hey! Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends about it. And if you are a member of the channel, watch for your name in the credits at the end, and we'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.